Isang maganda at maulan na araw po sa ating lahat. Gising na po ba kayo? Dahil nandito na po ulit ang paborito ninyong morning program. Welcome to Good Morning Atomy Philippine Edition, the morning brief for your success. I'm LJ De Leon and I am your host for today. Hello, Atomian! So let's start our week right. Siyempre, isang way para maging maganda ang week nating lahat ay sabay-sabay po ninyong panoorin ang ating Good Morning Atomy. I-share po ninyo itong video natin sa inyong mga partners, members at mga kaibigan para alam po nila na tayo ay live na live via our YouTube channel. And I know most of you ay nanonood habang umiinom ng napakasarap na Atomy Cafe Arabica o kumakain ng napakalinamnam at napaka-healthy na Atomy Potato Ramen. The best para sa umagahan, lalo na this rainy morning. Tama po? So for this morning, we prepared series of lectures for you to be motivated to start your week. Kahit maulan, kailangan po nating kumilos. Okay po? So are you all ready? Of course you are. So let's watch this first lecture, the Humanities Lecture video.
Munanjan, the guidebook for Juyok of the Chinese Confucian scriptures, has the following phrase. Jokson jiga pilyu yokyang, jokbulson jiga pilyu yang. There is overflowing happiness in a family that has done many good deeds, and there is overflowing disaster in a family that has done many misdeeds. Which means, here, yokyang and yoang mean happiness to come and disaster to come. If your family accumulates good deeds, it does not only give yourselves happiness, but also your descendants. If your family accumulates misdeeds, it does not only give yourselves disaster, but also your descendants. Classic stories do not just provide ethical warnings, but they have been scientifically proven as facts. David McClelland, a behavioral psychologist and professor at Harvard University in the US in the 1980s, conducted an experiment. After measuring immune antibodies of 132 college students, he showed a video clip of Mother Teresa helping the poor in India. After watching the video clip, he measured the changes in their immune antibodies again. The results were amazing. It was found that the immune antibodies of the students had increased by 50%. After watching the video clip. Not only watching videos, but reading books about a person who has done good deeds. Seeing those good deeds, or even hearing about good deeds had increased their immune antibodies. This is called the Mother Teresa effect, or Schweitzer effect. There is a similar term called helper's high. Alan Lux, an American doctor and leader of a non-profit organization, called the powerful feeling you experience when you help others, helper's high. And according to his research, people who do volunteer work regularly are 10 times more likely to be healthy than those who do not. This is because that while experiencing helper's high, your physical and mental stress is relieved. Blood pressure and cholesterol levels are significantly reduced. 3 times the normal level of endorphins are secreted. Due to these reasons, people who do volunteer work regularly are much more healthier than those that do not. But the interesting fact is, when you volunteer out of selfishness, there is no lifespan extension effect. Dr. Sarah Conrads, a professor at University of Michigan, on 10,317 graduates of Wisconsin High School since 1957, has been conducting research. In 2004, she has asked the experimental subjects, have you been volunteering in your life? If yes, what was the reason? She did not just want to check whether they had done volunteer work, but also the reason behind it. After 4 years, in 2008, the research team conducted a survey on those who regularly volunteered in the last 10 years and on how many of them had died. While the mortality rate of those who had responded was only 1.6%, the mortality rate of those who had no volunteering experience was 4.3%, which is about 3 times higher. In fact, the mortality rate of those who didn't do volunteer work as compared to those who volunteered was more than 3 times higher. The unusual finding here is the reason for volunteering was for their satisfaction, that the mortality rate of those who answered that compared to the mortality rate of those who did not volunteer at all was not much different. We can see here that the Mother Teresa effect only works when you volunteer sincerely. If you do it for your own benefit, or by taking pictures to gain a reputation, or to show off that you're a humanitarian, minding others volunteering, or donation made reluctantly may not increase your immunity. In network marketing, a deeper bond is created between people than in any other occupation. To leaders and partners, building good relationships is very important. Building good relationships is simple. It is to help others. As we have seen from the previously mentioned survey, to help others is to help yourself. Through such a process, good relationships build up naturally. But you need to remember one more thing. It is your sincerity.
To help others is to help yourself. We all know that most of our members joined Atomy not just because they want to be rich, right? But rather they want to help other people through Atomy. We are lucky because we are working with a company with the same vision and upholds the same values with us, right? Building good relationship is simple. By helping others, you will build relationships. Also, it is important that you are sincere in what you are doing. Unang lecture pa lang po tayo, Atomians, pero ako ay feel inspired and motivated already. How about you? Okay, so now let's move forward to our second lecture. Ang susunod po na papanoorin natin ay ang Think Point lecture ng ating Chairman Park. So, panoorin po natin ito.
You need to see if the product is special or unique. Are you seeing something that doesn't exist anywhere else? That's the point. This is nothing special, it's just good. You may think there isn't one, but there is. So when I first established the company, I made it my motto, I don't do anything unique at the beginning. If you just look at the book, there are some criteria for product selection in network marketing. It is just to see if the product is special or unique. Are you seeing something that doesn't exist anywhere else? That's the point. I thought that was right, so I believed it was true. Later, I now found out why people said that. It was simple. In order to get a higher price. We deal with unique items that we are not able to compare prices with other products. I knew that theory was wrong. So, when I first established the company, I made it my motto. I don't do anything unique at the beginning. Each and every product of Atomy is made with this not special concept. Rather than buying each product from another company, the quality is the best, the price is okay, that's how it's supposed to be. So what we call this is absolute quality. Absolute quality. No one can match this ideal in this field. When choosing a product, there is no better toothbrush than Atomy. This is how we felt when we adopted an item. In order to choose a toothbrush, I went to a department store or supermarket. I bought a packet. I kept brushing my teeth all day. Oh my gosh, my gums swell after I kept brushing. Then I found a way. Rather than keep brushing, I'm rubbing on the back of my hand. If you just rub this toothbrush on the back of your hand and enlarge the tip of the toothbrush, you will see that the tip is cut like this. That's why rubbing hurts. By the way, Atomy toothbrushes has a tip like this, so the Atomy toothbrush is less irritating to the gums. Like an Atomy toothbrush, I really want to use it for the rest of my life. We select products of such perfect, absolute quality first. That said, we are selling this product at a price that no one else can sell it at this price in the market. That is why we are such a company that sells products of absolute quality at absolute prices. This toothbrush isn't special, this is just good. In this world, you may think there isn't one, but there is. But found a good one out of it, making it cheap and supplying it. This is Atomy's strategy. Look at these things here, just ordinary cosmetics. The skin lotion, milk lotion, you all know. Nourishing cream, eye cream, essence. Unique? Every product has it all. But, of course, starting with the fermentation technique, it's made with advanced technology. There's nothing to suggest that this process does not exist in this world. There is one, and also good one too. But the price is only 1/5, 1/10 of a normal one. We're not selling anything unique. That's why, more than any other distribution line, you have to prove that Atomy is cheaper and it's good. That's how we exist. If we sell the same toothbrush and we sell it cheaper than the mart, it is worth more than a distribution line.
Indeed, our Chairman Park made it a point to build this business easier for its member because he wants everyone to succeed. There's no any special techniques he did. He just made the products absolute quality with absolute price. This also goes to show that even if you don't do anything grand, just focus and give your best in Atomy and you will definitely succeed. Okay, so for the next part of our program, this is the most favorite part. So where your questions will be answered by our Korean leaders. So let's all watch this Curiosity Knowledge Zoom.
Hello, we are back to cool down your burning questions with another session of Curiosity Knowledge Zoom. I'm MC Yoonji Kang. Today, continuing from the previous session, the disciplined man of Atomy, Royal Master Young-Gyun Lee, and Atomy's Aurora Queen, Crown Master Songshim Kim, will be joining us for the Q&A session. It's your second time now. How do you feel? I feel a lot more comfortable in this second session. And what about you, Young-Gyun Lee?
I feel the same way. I think I am less nervous. I think I'll do better this time.
You were great last time as well. Curiosity, knowledge, Zoom. First question. When trying to turn a consumer into a businessman, he would hesitate by giving various reasons, and eventually the whole thing would fizzle out, which is disappointing. Should I do whatever it takes to make him participate in the seminar, or should I wait? That was the question.
When you talk about a seminar, the person might feel pressured, but Atomy, fortunately, with absolute quality and absolute price, waits for them to let their guard down before introducing a great business opportunity of selling quality products at low prices. First of all, I tell people to focus on introducing the chairman. The responses are usually like this: "He is truly amazing. Are his words true? Then check it out for yourself." Just say it. Atomy's business is not about selling products or looking for people. It's simply about knowing about Atomy. That's why I tell them to use 90% of their energy on learning about Atomy and use 10% to go around and meet people.
So, Crown Master Songchim Kim, should we make the consumers participate in seminars or wait for them? Well, I think both. Some may be in a difficult situation and can't afford to participate in seminars. In that case, we should wait, and it would be best to accompany them when they are ready. It is not easy to turn a consumer into a businessman. If you really want to turn a consumer into a businessman, wait for the opportunity. In my case, there was a partner who just didn't have the time to go to a seminar. But then one day, he sprained his ankle and could not even walk. Now is the chance. So I took him in my car and went straight to the seminar so he could listen to the chairman's lecture. And what does he do after listening to the chairman's lecture? He starts thinking about the business, and also what I told him. That's why he became a royal master, and is now on his way to becoming a crown master. Seizing the opportunity and doing everything you can to make the person participate in the seminar is the most important thing. A sponsor who doesn't participate in the system, can we trust and follow him? This is the question. As for me, I ask myself this. Who would I be able to call a sponsor? The person who invites you is not a sponsor. The person who selected me quit the business. So this business is... whose business is it? It's mine. I should pick my sponsors, even if my partner doesn't do it, even if my sponsor doesn't do it, for me to go higher, because I want to become more successful. The person who joined the system is the sponsor, and not the person who invited me is the sponsor, right? Then, even if the person doesn't join the system, we shouldn't exclude the person. We should simply emulate the good parts. If the person is good at selling products, then learn the ability of selling products well and emulate that person. Another person may not be good at selling products, but participates well in the system. Then you should participate together and share ideas with that person. Everyone has 99% weaknesses, but they all have at least one strong point. So emulate others' strengths in the process of becoming a sponsor.
At Atomy, the chairman says even if there is a sponsor who doesn't follow the system, if you think of the company as the sponsor and follow, you'll succeed. That is the key characteristic of Atomy, so an individual's will is very important. If you look above, there will be a sponsor who follows the system. Ask that sponsor for help, and that sponsor will warmly welcome you and hold your hand. So it may be a bit uncomfortable, but I believe there won't be much difficulty in doing Atomy business. So find a sponsor within the system who is above that person.
So find a sponsor within the system who is above that person. The answer is in following the company system. This time, we will receive the question directly from the questioner and answer the question as well. Hello there. Hello.
Hello.
Nice to meet you. Can you briefly introduce yourself? I am doing Atomy business with great joy in Jinyoung Gimhae. My name is Diamond Master Yoon Suk-byun. So, what do you want to know about? You said that Atomy business doesn't require capital, but any business would require initial funding. So I'd like to know how the successful leaders took care of these initial funding issues. When I did a karaoke business, I also always thought about this issue. Whatever business you do, you have business expenses. Because of the cost of oil, food, and also, as I was the head of the household, I needed to earn enough to cover our daily expenses. Yes, daily expenses. So how can I cover these costs until I become an auto sales master? So I thought about it hard. We decided to reduce our living expenses to 1 million won per month, and the whole family said, let's tighten our belts. Where can you reduce the expenses the most? Not buying new clothes, not buying too much food, and canceling minor forms of insurance. Canceling insurance. We started to reduce our costs, and for 1 year only spent 1 million won per month on our monthly wage of 2 million won per month. I will make it happen, and that's how I began. Afterward, I joined the system and started the business. Now, as I had planned, I've become a crown master. Since I had the big picture in my mind, I knew about the opportunity costs, and I set my goals accordingly. What about partners who really don't have any money? If you don't have enough money, do what you're capable of. If you can't cover your expenses, just go to areas near your place. Also, if you don't have the money, try to contact people who have the money. Atomy is not a system where you can't succeed because you can't cover your expenses. You can do it. If a partner without money comes into the system, there will be necessary support. Of course. If you really want to do it, I will put down another spoon while I'm eating. You don't have enough products? I'll give you one. You don't have clean clothes? Well, I'll buy you some. That's how I did it. If a person without money joins a system and strives to survive, I'm sure I'll achieve it with a person, not alone. Oh, Royal Master Young-Gyun Lee, how would you answer this question?
Actually, I am the person who succeeded without capital. Well, I lost all credit, all personal connections, and all the money I had. Lost everything. My family even gave up on me. But I was able to succeed even in that situation. If I had a little more money, then my success would have been bigger and faster. I went to the center and they gave me food. I always had 10,000 won in my pocket and would walk around doing business. If travel expenses were high because of having to travel long distance, I would sleep in a sauna. Then I would go to the center in the morning to get breakfast. I would have a row of kimbap, but that did not make me sad. That's because I knew what my future would be like. That is why you should have a vision in order to make that investment. That is why businessmen doing Atomy should study together to set their destinations.
Even without capital, you can succeed. And if you have an initial funding, then it'll be easier to do business. This is the Atomy system, right? Questioner, did that answer your question?
Yes, I will try to reduce my expenses as much as possible and become a leader that marches toward a vision. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. We will cheer you on to your success. My partner hit a slump, so I wish to fill him with courage and confidence. What should I say or do for him? This is the question. In my case, my partner, who is now a Star Master, had a similar problem. He had been working for quite a while and couldn't become an auto sales master, so he consulted me and asked me, should I do this business as a part-time job? If I failed to persuade him at the time, he wouldn't have been able to earn more than 10 million Korean won as he does now. If you give up because it's tough now and switch to part-time, after 5 years, you will continue to do the same job. It's tough, but if you endure a bit more, you can become an auto sales master. You can endure, can't you? This is what I said to him. He still talks about it. If Royal Master Sungchim Kim didn't persuade me back then I wouldn't have made it this far. Anyone can hit a slump. I was like that too. Even for me, since people all think differently, there were many conflicts, and I kept thinking, what should I do? So I hit a slump too. If it weren't for the sponsor, I would have lost the battle with myself. But if there is someone helping you get up, if someone holds your hand, then you can be lifted up. That is why when your partner hits a slump, the sponsor must be there for him. Yes, so the leader should be there for them. Royal Master Young-Gyun Lee, how would you answer this question?
Slump. Yes, there are people who hit a slump like that doing this business. At first it seems easy, and then you hit a wall. In the relationship between a sponsor and a partner, there is a lack of communication, and that is why you can't see the vision. That is why if someone hits a slump, that person needs consultation. That is why you have consultation in the 8 steps to success. As mentioned before, if you don't have a mentor or a sponsor you can consult with, then you won't be able to overcome it. When you meet a sponsor, I had a worse slump than you did, but then I was able to overcome it, and here I am now. They can give you hope through these words, and also help accurately diagnose the real cause. And despite it, if you explain to them why they should do this, they will muster up the strength to do it again. Smooth communication between the sponsor and partner is of the utmost importance.
My sponsor gave me an opinion, but I'm not sure about it. I want to invite more people, but the sponsor says those with a bad attitude ruin the whole atmosphere, so it's better not to invite. Do you think I should do what the sponsor says? I would like to know. So, that is the question. So, Atomy is where various people gather and do business together. Yeah. So, if a person starts listening to lectures at Atomy, that person will gradually change and become atomized. That is why if the person who was invited is not the right person, then the next person could be the right person. Even the person who invited me contacted another person like me who had the potential to become a crown master. That is why it is important to invite many different people. Trust that the next person is the right person, and if you do so consistently, that person will also change, and there will be many more afterwards who have great potential and abilities.
You have to learn as fast as possible that not everyone thinks like you. In the past, I used to think, how can a person have such negative attitudes? How can a person only do the things that I hate? But what I learned from a book is that person is born that way. That's what the book said. That is why I am grateful that my attitude is not bad. And then you start to think, why is this person born with such a negative attitude? How can I help him? This is what you will start to wonder. Some say that Atomy is a training ground for love. When the love is completed, it also completes the financial parts. I totally agree with this saying. That is why you should love all. Those that you have a difficult time with, those with negative attitudes. Loving them all is the secret to success at Atomy. How long can I tolerate them? It would be nice to test how long you can embrace and tolerate these people.
Yes. When I started Atomy, with the help of my sponsor, I had about 50 people join, left and right. At first, members purchased products and showed passion, but now they don't make orders and don't even answer my calls. What should I do? This is the question.
Wow, that's amazing.
That's right.
So that means you made 50 people join, but now the members don't make any orders and don't even call you. Why would this be so?
That's amazing.
If you really know Atomy's products, you can't resist using them. Finding these people, and rather than explaining about the ingredients, let them know about the company called Atomy. Atomy that you can trust and use. For businessmen, it's about becoming an Atomy that you can trust and do. So it is important to continuously manage them. Making more people join doesn't mean you are already successful, but since you have a foundation of 50 people, there is a higher possibility of finding people who could share the same vision for the business. So you need to go through the list to find out why they stopped using the products. Also, why have they lost interest in the business? If you start asking these questions, you'll get good results.
That happened to me a lot, too. At the beginning, your friends and relatives register as members and buy the products. So that's why you can have 50 people signing up as members. But if you had 50 people, then there should have been at least one person who starts an Atomy business, or at least becomes a consumer. For example, when a person joined, maybe there wasn't thorough follow-up care. Think about this issue. And maybe you weren't passionate about the product. If you delivered the products with excitement and made these people make additional purchases by themselves, then what I believe is that there should have been repurchases. So from now on, make phone calls diligently, send them information about the products, and get them interested in the products. This is what you should do. I believe that legwork always pays off. So do as much legwork as you can.
That's right.
I like helping people, so I sponsor products. And for those who have difficulty using smartphones, I help them out myself. But the problem is that at some point, they take this for granted. What should I do? This is the question. There are many people who are like that. But if they are young, they can always do it by themselves once they have learned it. But if they are older than you, like in their 70s, you will have to hang in there until you have a partner, because they might have a son, right? So it is like creating a connection in a search for your partner. Afterwards, the partner can do this job. Because if the sponsor asks the partner to order some products in the product field, they will gladly do it. Right? Because they can get allowances for doing so. So hang in there until you find a young person who can do the job well. If you don't give up and keep on sponsoring, something much better will come your way. What about you, Young-Gyun Lee?
That's right. I think this person has every sort of qualification necessary to be successful in Atomy. He should be grateful. If the person asking for help is an old person, then a young person will be coming soon. So the person won't have to work for a long time. We should never give up on anyone. Then you could find a person connected to the person you are helping. This person might not even need your help in doing these jobs. We have seen many cases like this before, right? That's why we should wait patiently. You can continue until the next partner fills in your role. Also, there's a chance to gain a tremendous trust from that person. One day he will not take it for granted and say, "Thank you very much for your help." This day will come. So if you just continue and wait until they say it, you'll certainly get good results.
Crown Master Sungshim Kim and Royal Master Young-Gyun Lee answered many questions today during the Q&A session. Are there any last words that you would like to say? If you hold on to the vision and continue to take on challenges, I am certain that all of you will be successful. Be successful!
At Atomy, we have many different people, and that's why there may be many problems. If there is a problem, you should solve it with your sponsor and the company. Just look forward to your success and keep on marching forward.
Curiosity, knowledge, Zoom. How was the session? Did you get answers to your questions? In the next video, we will again prepare cool answers to your burning questions. So stay tuned and see you in the next episode. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
That was another good episode of Curiosity Knowledge Zoom. I know magagamit po ninyo ito sa paggawa ng business natin, right? So I hope marami po kayo natutunan sa ating episode ng Good Morning Atomy at motivated na po kayo to work kahit po malamig, kahit na maulan. Ayan, so kailangan po nating mag-work at kailangan po nating kumilos. Okay po, at mag-iingat po ang lahat. So this has been Good Morning Atomy and this is LJ De Leon. See you again on our next Mabuhay Atomy Philippines. Aja! Thank you everyone and have a nice day.